1st, February 2nd, 2024. I'm Jersey.
And I'm Natalie, and today we're going to bring you more art and culture for Black History Month, along with another episode of Singleton Sessions.
But first, here's Caleb with the lunch menu.
Good morning. I'm Caleb with today's lunch menu. Today's lunch is cheese or pepperoni pizza. Don't forget your fresh fruit, veggies, and milk. Now to Jersey and Natalie with today's highlights. Have a good day.
Today's Black History artist is Basquiat. American artist Jean-Michel Basquiat has inspired thousands, if not millions, of creatives around the world with his art.
At first glance, his paintings look like a mishmash of shapes, lines, and words, but when you take a closer look, his artworks show complex emotions and comparisons.
Basquiat grew up with art, and his family took him to art museums and opportunities to be creative, and he loved to listen to music with his father. He first got noticed as an artist when he started creating street art under the name Samo.
Basquiat also made homemade postcards and t-shirts that he sold to friends and those who liked his art. This eventually led to his large-scale, very big works of art that got him noticed by journalists and art critics.
Basquiat's first solo art show was held in Italy in 1981. People noticed that he liked to paint abstract portraits that had bright, bold colors and shapes. These paintings expressed his feelings about the subjects he painted, rather than looking just like them.
Lots of people think that his work looks like a kid painted it, but Basquiat said, "I like kids, work more than work by real artists any day," which shows us that he was doing that on purpose. Not all of his art was fun. Some of it was serious or scary, but all of it expressed his feelings. In an art style called neo-expressionism,
Unfortunately, Basquiat died in 1988. He was only 27 years old, but we can still look at his art and contributions and see the expression of his unique artist.
And now it's time for Singleton Sessions.
And good morning. We are back with Singleton Sessions with our very first Black History Month person. Now this person right here, his name is William Tucker, okay? William Tucker was the first person of African ancestry born in the 13 British colonies. Not the first black person born, but the first one born over here in the United States, all right, amongst the first 13 colonies. His birth symbolized the beginning of a distinct African American identity, along with the eastern coast of what eventually would become the United States. William Tucker was born in 1624 near Jamestown, Virginia, the son of Anthony and Isabel, two African indentured servants. Now, according to the 1624-1625 Virginia census, 22 Africans lived in Virginia at the time of Tucker's birth. These women and men were not slaves, because slaves in the Virginia's General Assembly had not yet worked out the terms. So slavery still existed, but in this actual colony, They were still trying to figure out what the rules were, and didn't have any laws or anything set in place yet. So they got lucky. They were not slaves. Okay? So these Africans received the same rights, duties, privileges, responsibilities, and punishments as everybody else. Everybody was the same. Everybody was equal. All right. They also worked under the same terms, and many, but not all, were given land at the end of their period of indenture. Now, William Tucker's parents were among this group. Anthony and Isabella participated in the establishment of the Elizabeth City County, Virginia, which is now the city of Hampton, in 1634. And then in the early 1620s, Captain Tucker allowed the couple to wed, and in 1624, in the early 1620s, Captain Tucker allowed the couple to wed in 1624, and then they gave birth to their son, William. All right, so now for grades K through 2. How many prizes are we going to do for K through 2?
We are going to do 2 prizes K through 2,
And then
2 prizes for through 3 through 5th.
So listen closely, guys, because it's not one prize. We're getting 2 people from each grade, as my co-host Josie just said. So for K through 2, true or false? William Tucker was born in Charleston, South Carolina, right here in the good old Charleston. For grades K through 2, true or false? William Tucker was born in Charleston, South Carolina. That should be pretty easy for them, right? So that means that we should get a lot of answers for K through 2, okay? And then for grades 3 through 5, I hope you were listening. According to the Virginia census, how many Africans lived in Virginia at the time of Tucker's birth? Was it A, 2 people? Was it B, 10? Or was it C, 22? Let me read that again for grades 3 through 5, because I saw about 4 people not listening in one of those classes in 3 through 5. So let me repeat it again. According to the Virginia census, how many Africans lived in Virginia at the time of Tucker's birth? Was it A, just 2? Was it B, 10? Or was it C, 22? All right, Josie, what do we want the people to do with these buckets?
You have to put answers to the questions K through 2. What, true or false, William Tucker was born in Charleston, SC. And then for K through 3 through 5, according to the Virginia census, how many Africans lived in Virginia at the time as Tucker's birth? A, 2, B, 10, or C, 22.
All right, so now Josie has given it to you. I have given it to you. Let's get these answers in. I want to see both of the buckets full. Josie, where can they find these buckets?
Next to the library.
All right, so they're going to be right outside the library door. Let's get them filled. All right, y'all have a good Friday. And can anybody tell me what my saying is? Do we know? It doesn't cost what? 1 red what?
1 red penny.
1 red cent, 1 red penny, whatever. It costs nothing to be what? Kind. Chelsea. All right, y'all. Have a good Friday.
Hello workers, I'm Henry. Today's weather is a high of 68 degrees and a low of 43 degrees. Have a good day.
Good morning. I am Emma with today's pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for the moment of silence. Thank you. You may be seated. Now to Meredith with today's birthdays.
Good morning. I'm Eris with today's birthdays. Today we have no birthdays. Have a good day.
One last update. It's Groundhog Day, and we all want to know what Punxsutawney Phil is going to predict for 2024.
Will he predict 6 more weeks of winter or an early spring? Surprise! An early spring is on the way. Happy Groundhog Day!